I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa admittota ad gradum.
Chancellor McMurtry, otherwise known to me as Chief, President Shukri, Deans Lee and Sawson, members of the faculty, the graduates of Osgoode Hall, and distinguished guests. It is a singular honor for me to receive this honorary degree, a Doctorate of Laws from York University, because Osgoode was my home for 3 years. I arrived in 1971, an uncertain student, as part of a class which saw for the first time a significant increase in the number of women. We thought it was a victory when that class had 17% women, up from 3% the year before. As I look at this graduating class, oh, how things have changed. The Osgoode I attended in 1971 had yet to respond to the men and women who were the demanding children of the 1960s. We were cynical and untrusting of authority, but empowered by the student protests that were so much a part of our era. But Osgoode Hall did respond, and I want to share a small story with you. In my second year, there was a seminar offered. It was modeled on some of the pioneering work of Ralph Nader. The seminar was designed to focus on the auto sector. We were to study issues of corporate concentration, research and development, and of course, the plight of the consumer. The seminar had 13 students in it, 5 or 6 of which were women in the second-year class. Well, we didn't want to study cars. We met our male colleagues and told them we wanted to examine another industry. Now, I don't know how intimidating we were, but much to their credit, they agreed. The women in the seminar then attended or descended on the professor's office, who had carefully prepared a casebook, distributed the materials, but of course, they all were about the auto sector. We announced we weren't much interested in cars. We wanted to study the pharmaceutical industry, and we wanted to study women as consumers of oral contraceptives. To this day, I remain astonished that our professor promptly closed the car book, sat down and said, "Okay, how would you like to design this course to meet that task?" Now, it all wasn't that easy, but I am proud that Osgoode Hall remains a school with a curriculum that makes real efforts to respond to the social and human rights issues of our time. Legal education here recognizes the practice of law is bigger than Bay Street. I am proud that Osgoode Hall has an Innocence Project, founded by my dear friend and colleague, the late Dianne Martin. As well, I am proud Osgoode has a reputation as a school of excellence in many areas, but including women's legal studies, legal philosophy, constitutional, and human rights. Dean Sawson, members of the faculty, you will undoubtedly continue to be challenged to create a curriculum that indeed responds to the needs of what is now truly a global community. Let me honor the graduates of the Faculty of Graduate Studies. All of us look forward to your scholarship and the benefits of your insights in the work that you will undertake. This work enriches the endeavors of the bar. But let me turn also to honoring the accomplishments of the graduating class of Osgoode Hall. Heartfelt congratulations for meeting this milestone. Today you close a door, and some of you will open it on the profession of law. I know that the years you have spent at Osgoode Hall will stay with you forever. Yes, I'm sure that you've toiled long and hard for endless hours and at times at great sacrifice. We all know that sometime these hours were spent pursuing intellectually challenging subjects about which you are now passionate. But we also know something else. At other times, you have labored hard to grasp and retain materials that you hope you will never see again. But what will stay with you is the discipline and structure of the study of law, as well as the relationships you have built with those with whom you have studied and worked. These relationships will continue to nurture and support you. Even if your career paths diverge, you will find that some of your colleagues here with you today will continue to enrich your life, your practice of law, if you so choose, and your future achievements. But lawyers also benefit from the association they have with the men and women they serve. Some who I have had the privilege of representing have had enormous moral courage. We're willing to stand against prevailing attitudes, prevailing beliefs, and indeed in some cases challenge whole systems that sought to crush them. I am a criminal lawyer who has stood beside those who choose to challenge. I remain humbled by their steadfastness. When I started studying criminal law, first at law school and thereafter in my early years of practice, the prevailing view reflected in the law school curriculum and the jurisprudence of our court was that the criminal justice system was finely tuned to ensure only the conviction of the guilty. Indeed, one of the oft-quoted phrases was to recognize that the administration of criminal justice was structured in such a way as it was better to let 10 guilty persons, read men, 10 guilty men go free than to convict one innocent. Many thought we had gone too far, and we had created rules and procedures that coddled the criminal accused.